Our next Governor's Award recipient is one of the Commonwealth's most powerful thought leaders, Dr. Lee Pelton. During these challenging times, Lee's courageous and definitive voice serves as a source of strength, not only for his Emerson College students, but for us all.
I think it's fair to say that most people know that Lee Pelton has been the successful president of Emerson College for many years. Some of us have even had to follow him on a speaking program. And I can just say point blank, that's not something I would ever want to have to do again. He's a strong voice, he's a great speaker, and he's a big-time leader. And it's no surprise that he is, in fact, one of the Greater Boston Chamber of Commerce's distinguished Bostonians. He's also been a very significant and important voice for years around issues associated with racial equity and cultural understanding and empathy. Lee Pelton is exactly the sort of person we should be recognizing and honoring, and congratulations to him on behalf of Mass Humanities.
As a child growing up in Wichita, Kansas, Lee Pelton was such a skilled orator that neighbors were sure he'd become a preacher. Instead, Lee joined the world of academia, where over the course of a 45-year career, he's given voice to the value of civic engagement, diversity in higher education, and the liberal arts. Lee was the first in his family to go to college. He graduated from Wichita State University with a degree in English and psychology, later earned a doctorate in English and American literature at Harvard. Appointments later as dean at Colgate University and Dartmouth College led to his first position as a college president at Oregon's Willamette University. Lee is now the president of Emerson College, and his vision of the college as a global hub for communication and the arts is helping reshape Boston's downtown. He has overseen Emerson Launch, which helps students start new businesses before they graduate, and Howl Round, which helps theater makers worldwide develop new theatrical work. He's opened Emerson College Los Angeles in Hollywood, which is enabling students around the world to get an Emerson degree through the college's Global Portals program. Diversifying Emerson's student body has been one of Lee's missions. After the murder of George Floyd, Lee wrote a letter to Emerson students in which he reminded them to take racism personally. What changes will you make in your own life, he asked. Begin with answering that question, and maybe we will get somewhere. For being one of the Commonwealth's most powerful thought leaders, we are proud to present Lee Pelton with the 2020 Governor's Award in the Humanities.
Thank you, Denise and Mass Humanities. I'm deeply honored to receive the Governor's Award and to be recognized with 3 extraordinary leaders and role models. At Emerson College, the role of the liberal arts and the humanities is essential and foundational to teaching and learning. The humanities are deeply rooted and connected to human experience and human endeavor. However, when one really thinks about it, all knowledge, all skills, all capacities are rooted and connected to human experience, and in this sense, all learning is humanistic. The humanities educate students to think critically and objectively, to bring to problems and issues a wide and deep historical perspective and understanding, to speak clearly, persuasively, and cogently, to write with grace, economy, and maturity, to work and to collaborate with others while maintaining intellectual independence and creativity. The liberal arts and the humanities help us to understand the world in which we live. We ask our students to engage in civic life as a necessary part of their own self-discovery and to anchor their work in human experience. I am especially pleased to represent my institution as I accept this award. You know, good citizens are the riches of cities, someone once remarked. As president of a college in the heart of downtown Boston, it is my responsibility to serve our college community. But I also take seriously the college's obligation to be a good neighbor and a good citizen. That was especially important this year as we worked carefully and creatively to reopen Emerson's campus, prioritizing the health and safety of our college and the surrounding community. Our good planning and collaboration with the city and other institutions enabled us to achieve a safe reopening, and I am very proud of that. But the pandemic was not the only crisis we have faced. This summer, the streets of Boston and those of many other cities across the country were filled with people calling for racial and social justice in the aftermath of the death of George Floyd and the many others who came before him. I was moved to write authentically and reflect about what it means to be a black man in this country. That message struck a chord with many and was read by millions of people around the globe. In all segments of human society, we have the capacity to make lasting change. By doing so, we will have taken an important step towards contributing to the more perfect union for which we continually aspire. I am very hopeful. Today's generation, their perseverance and demands for accountability make me so. So again, thank you so very much for this award.